Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Thom.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Rick.
And we are back with part 2 of Uprising, the MechWarrior Destiny campaign. So, are you guys ready?
I am born ready.
Alright, so last time when we left off, our brave heroes interrogated a bunch of spaceport personnel.
Did we find HR is the question.
Yeah, but did you find a quest for finding human resources was a failure. However, the rebels did show up at the very end there, right? There was some trouble in the capital city, and then additionally, once you got to your demolisher tank and you were able to cut through some of the interference, right? You realized that there were actually battle mechs as well on the basically in the spaceport. So that is where we left off. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to dive right into the action. All right, we're back. We're back. The shenanigans have already begun. So, klaxons are blaring. If you recall, one of the Union class dropships, there was some sort of explosion. There's smoke billowing out of the top. Battle mechs were scrambled, some sent to support the capital. Vehicles and air support sent there as well. So the spaceport was largely, undefended. There was a few vehicles left over from the Crucis Lancers that were defending it. Yours among them. So you get into your tank, right, and you hear the corporal over the comms basically warning you that battle mechs have breached the spaceport. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, we're going to do the sort of shared narrative thing again, and we'll kind of go this way around the table.
Okay.
All right. So you fire up the tank. Your sensors come to life. Your weapon systems are online. Okay. Everything is operational. The tank is still undamaged. You made your initial drop. There was nobody to be found, so the tank's in great shape. So Thom, you're the tank commander. Dan, you are the pilot. You're the driver, if I recall. Yes. And Rick, you're the main the turret gunner. Right. So you have the mighty twin AC-20s at your disposal.
Awesome. We are going to demolish something.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
So you call out some commands. The tank is online. You put it into gear and start coming out of the shed.
The shed's now like part of the tank, I think.
Yeah, we're just dragging it along with us.
As soon as you start driving, it just falls apart. So what do you see?
There's a bunch of crumpled bodies.
That is true. There are lots of
Didn't
those.
we ram it with a car?
No, we ran the shed.
Yeah, and crushed a bunch. I thought so.
We crushed a couple dudes, killed a couple guys.
So good.
There's blood splattered all over it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna command them to go towards the sound of fighting. Let's defend the last dropships.
Which direction would that be?
So I look. I'm
because I'm driving. And you're like, go to the sound of fighting, and I'm like,
you're like everywhere. Binoculars.
Yeah. Well, I put that privacy thing up in the VIP section, so I can't talk to you. Yeah. But I bust open the hatch on the top, and I'm standing out. I got my hat on somehow.
Were you like a commissar from 40K?
Yeah.
With the sword?
Yeah, I got all these like badges now for some reason. It's great. So I got my katana out, and I'm looking. I'm scanning. So do I see any like mechs like lumbering around in the distance?
You have sensors on your tank as well.
I got 2 sensors on my head.
So make a perception check.
8 plus 2. So I got a little 10 action there.
So do you have binoculars or anything like that?
Of course, they're hanging from a string around my neck.
Okay, so you've got your magnoculars. You're scanning. The smoke, the haze. Of course, these are like a special issue, so you can sort of switch. Right, you can switch the thermal.
I want that green, whatever the green is. That thermal?
Night vision.
I'm just gonna put night vision on.
It's like the middle of the day.
Never mind.
It is like getting close to dusk though, if I recall. It was late in the day, so the sun is setting, but there's dust, debris, smoke.
Yeah, do I see like giant like thick laser beams going around?
So you're scanning. You don't see anything until Dan.
As we're coming around one of the hangars, I'm gonna say there's gonna be a mech to the right of us immediately as we come around. It's gonna
All
be
right. Yeah.
Rebel mech.
Rebel Mac.
Yeah, it's
Rebel
gonna
mech.
be.
All right. So you wheel the tank around, and the warehouses. I mean, the demolisher's low, right? I mean, even in the turret, like you don't have. And as you come around the corner, what you see is there's a Stinger, 20-ton mech, and it lands. It's just coming boom off of its jump jet. So you were looking the wrong way. The thing lands down in front of you and starts unloading its weaponry. So let's do. I guess we'll just do a cinematic style initiative, as it were. Okay. So we'll just kind of go around the table. So Dan,
yeah, that's me.
You're up first.
Ram it.
I'm gonna ram it. Oh, well, you said you're the commander.
He'll just step on us.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and
back up.
I'm gonna try and because I mean he just landed right in front of us. We're still going full speed at that point because we just turned the corner. So I'm just gonna basically try and dodge between, but get behind him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and maneuver us behind.
Okay.
In a way. I mean it's a 20-ton, so it's gonna probably outmaneuver us, but.
All right, so go ahead and make a
60, bro.
Piloting skill check there. Yeah.
So that is a 14.
All right. So I mean, the Demolisher is not very fast, but you gun the engines and you try to wheel this thing around. Rick, you're in the turret. Sensors are going. It like locks onto the to the battle mech and starts giving you a readout.
Yeah. So just that easy. I'm looking at the targeting system and firing.
So this tank has 2 autocannon 20s.
Right.
Which are
they're not linked, right? They're on 2 separate target interlock circuits. Okay. You can choose to fire them both, boom, boom, or you can choose to fire one and conserve your ammunition. It's totally up to you.
How much ammo does this thing carry? Let me think. Doesn't say.
It's BattleTech Destiny. I mean, MechWarrior Destiny.
Well, it just appears.
No such thing. There's no such thing as.
Oh, Johnny, why did you bring it up? I thought you were trying to tell me something.
Well, listen. I mean, you still have to play like you're a character in the BattleTech universe.
Maybe I might narrate that we don't have any more ammo.
What side did we just
Dan
pass
may
on?
narrate that you run out of ammo.
Yeah. The left side.
The left side.
So I pivot around and I point at it.
Wait, no.
Are you still hanging outside?
That seems like an awful idea.
You're not coming down inside?
I may lose a character tonight.
Right. Okay. I want to shoot with 2, but I'm only going to shoot with 1.
But no, man, you want to shoot with 2? Shoot with 2. It'd be more cinematic.
5 seconds.
I can't auto lock on this thing.
You would have to make two attack checks.
All right. So I'm just going to use 1 then.
Okay.
So left side cannon, bring it up on the sensors. It gets locked.
You wheel the turret around. Boom.
Yep.
You fire one of the autocannon 20s.
Do it.
So what we're gonna do is
it's right next to me, right?
It is very close range to you.
3.
So yeah, you guys are gunnery 3. So we'll use the sort of the converted method here. I think that'll be easier. So 3, 6. You need an 8 or better.
That's pretty good
to hit.
I can do this.
You can totally do it. You got this.
Nailed it.
Didn't do
and
it.
you do have edge.
Not
edge
edging the first roll. Yeah.
You got to. We got to kill this thing.
Seriously? Like it's my only edge.
I'm using my command point.
My command point. You don't have a command point. Do you have leadership?
Do we have to? Yeah, but do you have to re-roll both? I do have leadership.
You do have to re-roll both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My +2. Come on.
All right. So the autocannon punches a hole into the Stinger. Let's see where. Roll 2d6 for location.
Can we go back for a second?
We can.
Just to understand the scoring there real quick.
Yeah.
So I needed an 8 to hit, right?
Correct.
My gunnery is a +6.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use for hits. I'm gonna use the sort of the tabletop method.
Okay.
Based on their their TMM and your gunnery and his jumping bonus and all that other stuff. That's how I got to 8. So 3, his TMM is 3. Things like that. You're not quite
Stirs
you're
in
not
big
quite at
cauldron.
point blank, but yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. We were rolling for damage.
You were rolling for
Location.
Yeah.
Little 6 action. Little
6, so
center
that
torso.
is the torso. So your autocannon shell, I mean, the Stinger basically lands. It's doing some acrobatics, trying to avoid and get its machine guns aimed towards you. But you swing the turret around and blow a hole clean through it. Just take out the mech, and it slumps down into the warehouse that you were coming around. So it crashes in, more debris, sends a shower of smoke and crap into the air.
Do I need to take a shrapnel check? Hanging on the neck. I'm just like dead.
I'm pretty sure we
It's
should
like-
jump out and scout.
I'm pretty sure on BattleTech they don't hang out of the hatch.
I'm like
during
trying to
combat.
drag like a giant machine gun.
We're gonna get off this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
We're rebels.
We're
Wait,
not-
no, we're not rebels. We're not
I
rebels.
think Dan's the only one that maybe read the briefing.
We're the
possible.
liberators. We're not the rebels.
We're liberated. They're gonna
okay.
welcome us with open arms.
So Dan, the first mech, I mean, as soon as it appears, it just is slagged by the vicious autocannons of the Demolisher.
Since I have no like direct direction of where I'm supposed to go, because my commander is, I don't know what he's doing up in there.
So
So I'm just gonna ride over basically the arms or the arm of the neck, but keep on going straight and kind of be like wait for an actual forward command.
It's on my turn.
So, can I scan the area right now?
Yeah.
All right, I'd like to scan the area since we were just surprised
Yep.
by this one mech hopping out on
I
us.
pull my binoculars out.
Yes, your binoculars.
Can you
clearly
please
not-
get in the hatch?
Okay. Well, I have to mark off our death kill on the side.
On the side?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Scratch it. Okay, then I'll close the
He's
hatch.
little thing of paint.
Yeah,
Mech on the side.
Are they are they army painter speed paints?
Yeah. They're pretty good. There's a lot of definition. to
Okay,
it.
so Rick, why don't you go ahead and make a check?
7.
So you don't have anything.
I have nothing that'll work.
Okay.
For that.
All right, so it's just going to be, I think, intelligence based.
Oh no, I have Sixth Sense, but that doesn't really work here. So no, I have nothing.
So what does Sixth Sense do?
It gives me +1 to perception. But,
Yeah, it's not really
it doesn't work
not
here.
really perception. I mean, you're looking at the screens in front of you. So you
Wait,
do
he's the gunner.
have.
What screens does he have?
He's got like the same ones you do.
Radar.
If you were in your commander's
I'm
chair,
in
and
my
not
commander's
looking
chair.
out
No,
at the
you're
top.
not. You're standing out.
I already said I closed the hatch.
He said he painted on there, and then he got in. That's
Closed it and locked it and everything.
Well, you have the same screens that he does. You know.
Do I have those same screens?
Nothing special.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine
sure.
are
They're boring
different
to
colors.
use.
Mine have like a white.
His
border.
might be a little more intricate, you know, in terms of like targeting and damage readout and
Mine's
things
just like
like that.
roads. That's it.
Right. Yours is like ways.
Yeah.
It tells you where potholes and cops are hiding.
Did you enter in the mech debris as like a hazard,
I
a
did.
road hazard?
Right, and his basically has like the damage readout for the tank, system status, things
Yeah.
along those lines.
Com links, whatever.
Right, right, exactly. So you pick up. There's 3 more battle mechs. You can't make out. At least there's 3 more radar signatures. They're fairly large.
Okay.
So you imagine that they're battle mechs. You guys are currently driving like let's say north. So they're like north and east of you.
All right. So I communicate that to. I forget your character's names.
Colin.
Anders
Anders, thank you.
and Colin.
Colin.
Well, I'm busy on the comms. Like I'll get to you in a second. Get back on, and I'm calling out. I'm like, yeah, we just took out a spider. What's going on? Like, I need a sit rep. It's the term.
Sit rep.
That's what us commanders use. I need a sit rep. So, so I hear over the comms, like, yeah, we're taking fire from northwest. The same thing, basically, and they tell us that there's a medium mech that they don't know what it is, and another light mech that's a commando. How's a commando sound to you?
I don't know. You read my notes, bro?
Tell me there's commando.
I mean, it's commando, bro. I mean, why wouldn't there be? I will
course
say
there is.
this. They also say they don't know how the hell the militia got hold of a medium mech. It's pretty big. It's a lot of firepower for what they've got. We've got multiple infantry units, friendlies pinned down. This thing is just taking out defenses and everything.
Wait, yeah. What sector is that in? Is it near the tower?
Charlie Niner.
Charlie
Yeah.
Niner. That's the main flight control tower. So we should make our way over there.
Yeah, they're clearly trying to make
This
a
is
push
what
to
we were built-
regain the
That's what we
space.
were built for.
That's what we were built for.
Yep.
We're going for the big ones.
So how far?
It's the big hooters. This is like maybe 4 clicks?
4 clicks.
No,
4
that's way
mics.
too
I
far.
don't
Like,
know
I
what a
mean,
click
it's
is.
probably a kilometer, right?
I should know
so
what a click is. I do know
that's
what
like
a
2
click is.
miles. It's definitely not that far. Maybe 2 kilometers, or kilometer and a half.
Yeah, kilometer and a half.
1,500 meters.
Just under a mile.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and
Okay.
we go 2 miles per hour. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you'll get there in about 6 years.
We'll be there next week, guys. We're the sleeping quarters in this
And
thing.
gas is really expensive,
Yeah,
so
we gotta
you
go
have
with
to put it on eco mode. All right, so they have they have multiple other friendly units in the spaceport that are able to help when they can.
Yeah, we
But
got
they do
airspace
warn
support.
you. No, the airspace is gone. They bumped out to the capital. They did warn you though that there is
Mines.
again. My God, could be.
There's a minefield.
Driving in a minefield.
Could be mines. Could be mines.
Laser mines.
But basically, they said, don't forget the capital's under attack. We're gonna have to redeploy as soon as we can.
Yeah. Well, we can't lose our dropships. I mean, we have to protect our landing zone. I think so. We should. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna use my knowledge of military and transport
Okay.
and my tactical know-how through my combat sense.
Okay. Well, I don't even know what that means.
Whoa.
Those are that's my positive trait. Some of my
You're
skills.
just reading off stuff on your
Just
characters.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like I got some.
Some serious synergies.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I built a synergistic character.
I love that.
Synergy. Yeah, so I'm like, we got to do this first, and then we can bug out, and maybe we can free up, somebody to help us get there faster, because I don't want to drive there the whole way. If you know what I'm saying, little.
I got you.
So you
That's my
see
tra-
from
my air
the far
transport.
side, I mean, so as you guys pull out of this main area, you're now on one of those like large tarmacs, right? So you were in sort of this network of warehouse buildings where you couldn't really see things. So now you're like, and you get out and it's like wide open and there's just catastrophe everywhere. Friendly tanks like ripped open, like belching black smoke, and way off through the haze in the distance, about that 1.5 kilometer mark, you can see you can't make it out, but it's a battle mech of some kind, like backing up and just unleashing missiles into something on the ground that just explodes. So that's the only mech that you see at this point.
Yeah, let's beeline for that bad boy. Let's try it. I'm just gonna. We all know what we're doing, right? Let's try to sneak up on the thing. Is there any path to get there that doesn't leave us just exposed the whole way?
Well, yeah, because there's a bunch of the junk that landed from the original.
Can we cover our
Dropship
tank
that
in
blew
the
up.
junk to make it like?
Like a quick A-team montage.
Yeah. we're like
welding,
yeah.
like welding junk to your tank.
Yeah.
Now it goes
I was thinking more
even
like a
slower.
Scooby-Doo kind of thing, going from junk particle to junk particle.
A lot of smoke.
Yeah,
Do we have any smoke? What's that called? The screens, the smoke bombs.
Smoke grenades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the tank shoot off.
Oil slick.
Sure.
Something popping out the back.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
that's-
smoke launchers.
Yeah.
I think it's a 40k thing and a World War II thing, but
I think it's a modern
Can't
thing
get
too.
40k out of my head.
Well, listen,
No.
there's a ton of haze in front of us, so
Okay.
right now we don't
Yep.
even need it.
Yeah.
Right? So
I mean,
we have to keep our
we can-
radar signature.
He can't see us, but we can see him.
Fair enough.
well, you don't know that.
He's just
I'm telling myself
preoccupied,
that.
just like going ham on.
My narration, I said the sensors are broken.
Okay. Yeah. So I just say let's make sure that we're covering ourselves as we
Oh
get
yeah,
in there.
absolutely.
So throughout this drive, basically, you're watching the radar, and the things will blip in, and then they'll sort of disappear, and you're kind of like tracking the movements as things sort of pop in and pop off the radar. Yeah. So as you guys are cruising in, you're sort of making your way, and again, it's a very broad and one of many broad tarmacs. There are several low-lying buildings on either side. The tarmac's probably 100 yards wide, right? And then again, there's buildings and stuff, some taller than others. As you guys are kind of making your way around a junk pile, this vehicle that's totally off your radar, just comes flying out in front of you.
Kamikaze.
Not quite kamikaze, but and it pulls in basically a big pile of debris. It pulls behind it so that it's totally it's obscured from you at this point, but you did see it dart across. So I think you missed your narration, so you're up. Tell us what's happening.
Did I?
Maybe.
All right, we'll see.
Well, you did know.
So the vehicle cuts across to the left, right. I tell the guys that we've seen it. You saw it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You can see. I imagine there's a little viewport.
Yeah.
Where Dan drives.
Yeah.
He looks
Maybe
it's actually it's like 3
that out.
windows. It's one in front and 2 on the side.
Is that what the Demolisher looks like?
I have no idea.
Is it a friendly? Do we know?
So it's not a friendly, actually.
Oh.
You're right. We don't know what it is, but it's definitely not a friendly because they're not helping us out at all. So they're raising up arms, and as Dan's going past, he doesn't think. What's your character's name?
Colin.
Colin.
You're Caleb.
We need
You're
the little
Caleb.
cards. So as Colin is driving past, slower than a snail, he thinks nothing of it. So none of us do. We don't pivot to it. We just see it.
Right. It could just be like
Yep. So it's
airport personnel evacuating or starport personnel.
Out of the moonroof, dude pops up with a rocket launcher. Rocket propelled grenade. So he's now flanking us on the back.
Does he have a bandolier on?
I don't think so. Maybe with like
they're not
huge
terrorists,
shells.
Tom. They're militia people.
Oh.
I mean, that's like one and the same, ain't it?
And he unloads. He just
All right.
lets it go.
So, as he releases, he pops up out of this hatch. It's an armored personnel carrier. So he fires. It's an Inferno SRM.
I thought it was a minivan.
It's like a Honda Odyssey
The guy slides the door open
with an Inferno SRM. Didn't we already make a minivan joke with dudes?
Pretty sure.
Absolutely.
I make a lot of them.
I mean,
I love
Minivans are funny.
They're the best.
so good. Nothing else to say except for the Inferno SRM hits. So boom. So it hits your tank.
Where's
now?
it his?
Well, it doesn't do damage.
On the rear.
It does a potential critical hit.
Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
That is how Inferno missiles work. And as as you see like the smoke trail, this thing's like winding in, the back door of the armor personnel carrier opens, and just dudes swarm out. Now you in the front, so you can see a whole bunch of them have like machine guns, and they're just
I thought it was like smart.
firing, and it's like it's not really doing a ton of damage to the tank. I mean, it might, ping a hose or something. However, behind them there are a few more dudes carrying these SRM launchers that could potentially pose a problem. So, SRM launcher definitely lands a critical hit. Would you like to? Anyone want to edge that?
I will, since
You already spent your edge.
I'll do it. So,
oh, that's right. I did.
I am the driver. I will spend the edge.
Okay. All right. So the SRM,
It
hits
explodes in the
like
guy's face.
the gel splatters on the side of the tank, but doesn't really seem to be affecting the systems. Hit probably in a favorable spot as far as your armor is
I thought
concerned.
something bad happened when.
That's
that
all in the
was
crit confirmation.
Yeah, that's the crit confirmation. Okay. I just wanted something bad to
So,
happen.
already in dire straits here. So these guys, again, like small arms fire, just raking across the tank. You're up.
Yeah.
Can I cut in? Or?
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna cut immediately towards them and just ram it.
Yeah.
Straight through.
I was actually going to override your
attempt
controls to do that.
kind of scatter him.
I have my own steering wheel.
It's like the driving school cars where you have your own thing and can lock them
Taking
out.
us over. Yeah.
And try and scatter
my
them
God.
as we just,
And I'm
Just
gonna
tank shock?
Yeah, but I'm going for the
tank
armored
so good.
carrier. We're gonna run it over.
Yeah.
There's
You're gonna
no
crash into the. Oh man,
Yeah,
I gotta look up the
I'm
rules
shooting.
I'm not
collisions.
crashing.
And I'm gonna be strafing these guys with the
I
machine
believe they
gun.
call it demolishing. I'm gonna be
Very,
demolishing.
very funny. There are rules for ramming, which I will.
I put the tank shovel down. Like the little.
Yeah,
Dozer blades.
Yeah, the dozer
God,
blades.
get out of 40K, Tom. Get out of 40K.
That's a real tank thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, in World War II.
No, they still have them.
And in the 41st millennium.
Things always come back around. Retro.
Okay, so anyway, so you guys basically, so you wheel the
And
tank
I'm just
around.
shooting the machine gun at everything.
So you just, and I mean, like, yeah, you're basically, it's all computer control,
so I'm like
right?
two big weird
like-
ball things.
You're like a black, yeah.
Like the
Minority
Navigator.
Report.
Yeah.
Did we make a minority? I feel like we did this
We
before.
always do.
So let's start with you. So you're just gonna, so the two, basically there's left side, right side, front, and rear. So you can basically start sighting in things and, okay.
I got left and right going.
Yeah.
Front. We got three guns going.
You hit
three.
you hit
Not hitting
somebody.
anything.
Yeah, somebody.
You have to make 3 attack rolls.
Yeah, I mean, you make, well, 2 attack rolls.
Okay, 2. So
Because they're all kind of on that front left-hand corner at this point.
So maybe just the front and the left.
Yeah.
Okay. So the front will go. This one I feel better about.
Oh yeah.
All right.
9.
So you hit. I can see if they dodge. They do not. So, you know, there's several dudes. I mean, it's just like they
Machine
get
guns do, yeah.
vaporized. I mean, these are mech scale, like, you know, machine gun rounds, like Gatling. And it's just like dudes
They call me
exploding.
beer can.
Okay.
Now we're also rednecks.
I mean, were you ever not? I mean,
We
your
were
name
Irish
is not.
rednecks.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were like Scandinavian
I
or
am.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's your accent though?
On
I lived in the back.
okay, so the yes, that's good. That's good news. So, Dan, you wanted to make a ram attack, right? Okay. So you need to make a standard. Why don't you make a
Drive check.
piloting skill bonus?
Oh, that's bad.
All right, yeah. So I mean, it's a giant ass tank. So you wheel the thing around. You're like driving
Just
towards
scrape
it, and the APC just, I mean, it's still got the back door down. That's like it's wheeled. I mean, it floors it. Sparks are flying as it
Trying to get away from us.
as it's trying to get away, and you miss it.
Okay.
Did we run any other people?
You did not. I mean, they scatter again. Like it's a giant tank. They're not idiots. So Rick comes around to you.
Yeah, and as it's flooring,
Can you make
driving
a quick check for me before you? Okay, so radars, you know, so you have another mech target coming out, so from behind where this thing came, so also on your right side. It looks like it is, in fact, Commando. Signature Commando.
Interesting.
So, Captain, do you care about this car, the armored car, or do you want me to go after the tank? So, I'm asking you what you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Revert. You keep going towards the medium, right?
Okay.
Keep on our heading. You pivot the turret around. Fire as running gun, buddy.
Okay.
Running gun.
Oh, we're running away from the command.
I'm using the tactic running gun. That's a thing, and it
Okay.
gives us a +2 to all of our shooting attacks.
You just totally made that up.
I did.
Yeah.
I liked it
How
though.
could you tell?
Good times, good times. All right.
No, but yeah. So I'm just to say like let's keep towards our target, and I think we'll be able to maybe
Fantastic.
one shot, 2 shot the commando.
How
So-
close is the commando? I mean, we already used an ace.
He's like a medium range. Well, he's coming into medium range.
Okay.
Yeah. So by the time its narration
We want him to
is
get
up,
closer.
like it'll probably close the gap unless you guys want to start driving towards it right now.
Nope.
No, yeah, we'll let him. We'll slow down a little bit. We'll let him close the gap because I'm gonna keep.
All right. So where?
APC.
So you want to follow the APC because the APC went to the left. The commando's coming in from.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, we'll follow.
So you're gonna follow the APC. Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
the heading.
Following the APC.
Okay. So
Follow the
you're
other-
you're still up.
I don't know if there's anything going on.
So what do you want to shoot at?
I purposely don't tell you about
So
the
the
mech.
commandos, is he in medium range?
The commando is not quite yet in range. The APC is like it's short.
But the
Maybe we wait around the corner for it.
But I've already turned the turret around towards the commando.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So
Turret's face in the back.
Yeah, so I tell the driver to slow it down.
The driver.
Yeah.
Colin.
I have a name. I'm sorry, Colin.
Dear God.
I say, Colin, slow it down once you come around the corner.
Slowing it down.
So we
As I come
lose.
around the corner.
So we gain a little bit of a gap to the APC. He's still going hog wild, like sparking everywhere.
Hey, he's scared of us.
But
I would be too.
right around the corner, we sort of slow walk it just to let that commando
So
come
you
up.
basically want to use the big pile of crap, like the chunk of dropship or whatever it is, to block line of sight between you and the commando.
Right, and then
All right,
just like
so
kite him into closing the distance and just like walking into
So
it.
you're not shooting at anything.
Nope.
You're just lining up the turret. You're aiming basically.
I'm still shooting.
Yep, we'll
At
get
the
there.
APC.
So just make a quick driving check. And then Tom,
I lost control into the building.
before we get to you shooting, these guys do get to fire back.
12.
Yeah.
12. All right, perfect. So you
What's the APC
you
count?
managed to line it up very well so that the commando can't see you. In fact, just as you pull your tail around the corner, like a medium laser like lashes out and cuts a line in the debris, but does not manage to connect with the tank.
Yeah, what do they got left?
Well, they still have a bunch of dudes with SRMs.
That are still inside
Yeah.
of it? Oh, I thought
No. They all
jumped
got out, but
Oh.
they're still, I mean, they're on foot. They can still hit.
You didn't mow anybody down that
I
killed
did.
them.
Oh my gosh.
You
these
just
guys are
rode
so
people down that
bad.
I had
had
to
little
have, like,
ballistic weapons.
driven away
I
from
mean, they
them,
are
right?
they are
Oh
terrorists.
my gosh.
They are terrorists.
So they're not
They're
terrorists.
distracted by their
They're
rebels.
They're highly trained
Stormtroopers?
militiamen. Yeah, they're stormtroopers. Honestly, all three of the launchers.
So
for
they are
this now,
stormtroopers.
The small arms fire.
I hate that stereotype.
Man, it's still not managing to get through the tank. I mean, they're just not really doing very
Well,
well.
the commando distracted them.
Yeah,
They probably stepped on a couple of them.
they're probably cheering. Yeah, it's still far away. The commando's probably, I don't know,
Medium
200,
distance.
300 meters, 270 meters away. The dudes are much closer. I mean, they're all around your tank basically at point blank. Now you're up. As you're kind of whipping around the
tank
corner.
moves faster than that, doesn't it?
Your tank?
Yeah, if we were like driving away from them when they got released, we should be away from them by now.
Well, yeah, but they're like following you, right? It's all sort of happening at the same
Do
time.
they have like segways? Like
No,
those
they're-
little
Yes, they're
tracks.
motorized. They're
Those
motorized
little-
infantry
those
on
little
hoverboards.
things. yeah.
Yeah.
They keep spinning around.
I mean, they're
So there
missiles,
is there is one dude in the APC too up in the turret. Now the
Some-
hatch in the APC is starting to close. What are you doing?
I'm firing through the hatch, just trying to like obliterate the driver.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
All right. So
So-
you lock in the front machine.
Yeah.
Gatling gun spins up.
6, that's probably not good enough.
I don't know what's the total.
6, 7, 8, 9. A 9.
9. Since you're aiming for a specific thing, I am going to roll. Oh, were you using that method or the skill?
No, I was using my own.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to dodge.
Ooh.
So you hit. So you manage to get
Double.
some bullets like into the into the interior. So the damage on a machine gun is 1.
So that's 10, right?
For the peanut scale. However, you didn't manage to hit
A person.
a person.
Okay.
So you still do enough damage to the APC that like a fire starts in the cab and the inside like stuff's exploding. I mean, you just unleashed a bunch of shells in it.
The door's still closing up. Just like
Well, doors are
Yeah.
jammed. Door's jammed now. It's like barely like it can't close. Like you.
I'm waiting.
Okay, right. So you're waiting.
Yeah.
We're down to like half speed.
Okay, and you're
No,
waiting
I
too,
didn't.
right?
We stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So the next thing that happens is, you guys are waiting. So we're gonna do one more round of a
Then the
firefight
commander
with
jumps.
these foot soldiers. But your radar lights up again. Dead ahead, coming from the other side, is a locust. And so I'm gonna do some things here. First of all, the locust is going to open fire on you with its.
Where's it coming from?
It came out of the buildings on your left side, right? So you imagine like if your tank is here, right? You kind of went around the debris this way. The commando is coming from this side. The locust kind of comes out of like the low-lying warehouses and things that are over here, and they're fast. So this thing is like hauling out, which explains why it kind of got into range so quickly. And then, the dudes are sort of scattered around you. The APC is going this way towards the locust, and the locust is kind of coming.
Yeah.
All right. So the locust does have a medium laser that is in range, so it does hit. So it's going to be 2 points of damage to your 7, which is your front. All right. So boom. So you take that shot. Armor singed off. The commando, not quite in range yet. You'll get to act as soon as the commando comes around the corner before it can. Well, actually, we'll have to make an opposed reflex roll to see who gets to shoot first.
Okay.
All right. So the little dudes. Oh my gosh, they're so bad.
Nailed it.
One hit. All right, so one hit, one SRM Inferno hits, and it's not a critical hit again. So your tank getting just banged up. Small arms fire. Let me see if the small arms fire actually does. Nope. So small arms fire not doing anything. In fact, now the infantry are starting to scatter, and they're scattering because the commando comes around the corner. SRMs are blazing, and you just hear the SRM hitting the debris. And it creates sort of a smoke screen, and the commando cleverly uses that to try to get the jump on you. But you were waiting.
I sure was.
So let's make an opposed reflex roll and see what happens.
I think you won.
11. I think you won. So you can see him like with his arm. You know, he's coming around to just unload with his arm-mounted weapon, his SRM-4. However, you are going to pull the trigger first. What are you shooting? Tell us. But twin AC-20s.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so go ahead. So you're going to need...
Through the fire and the flames.
So... Yeah, no, I know. I'm. So what's your skill level? Your skill
6.
Gunnery's 3, right?
3.
Man, you're a really good shot. So 3.
Excellent shot. Can't miss.
You need like 7s to hit. He's really close. I mean, he's like right on top of you.
Nailed it.
First AC-20 hits. You want to roll for the second one? Or do you want to roll location?
No, I'm rolling for a second.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Oh, man. So the deafening, you see, and you're like, well, actually, I guess it's you. Like, you kind of have like camera, you know, different cameras. You see all the infantry, like, they're like, oh, like deafened by this.
Maybe their heads explode.
Just
one's just like
shooting. It's like shooting at
One
it.
guy's just like. Another guy that's the Inferno.
Oh, man.
He takes the old rocket launcher. So, I mean, just deafening sound. Boom, boom. So roll for location.
Ooh.
3. All right, so the first one, his right arm,
gone.
his arm just boom gets ripped off. The second shot.
Torso.
Yeah, so he staggers forward as the arm just gets ripped off at the joint and just hits the tarmac and starts skittering across, and he staggers forward, and you just rip right through him. Detonates the ammo in its torso, and the thing goes sky high, sending like debris and armor, shrapnel everywhere. Infantry getting hit all over the place. You can hear it like rain on a tin roof on your tank, like just crap everywhere. So meanwhile, you still have this locust and this APC to deal with. Thomas.
I climb out to mark the wait. I make a note in my logbook about making the mark later.
You guys are like, we're under fire. You're like your monocle in and your quill.
Like checking the time, like is it 6 o'clock?
6:04. Base, this is
Can I
Hans.
get a time check?
Can I get a time check?
Yeah, my wood paneled commander's room.
Like
Velvet. Yeah. My snifter. Yeah. No, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I still have the machine guns firing, and so like I just, I'm a
Yeah.
my little ball thing.
So you bring all the forward guns on the locust?
Yeah, exactly, and I call it out to the gunner.
Locust
just
is
saying,
not in short range quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunate, because the machine guns are very short range.
Yep,
However,
yep.
the APC is still in range. And now your tank has come fully around.
Okay. Well, we might as well. So I'm going to call out to you that this locust came on. You sort of know.
Move it, turn the turret around.
Right. So,
Okay.
and in the meantime, I'll just keep firing at the APC. Just
Okay.
try to-
So
maybe it'll crash into the. Let's see how good I roll.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
it'll
then
crash
you
into the
can,
locust.
then you can tell us
Take
what
his foot out. Okay.
Ooh.
This little chicken leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid locust chicken leg.
That's not gonna do it. Little 7, 8, 9, 10. Will a 10 do it? To the APC.
So for the APC, you're gonna need if we're doing it in not well. I guess the APC is sort of dodging at this point, so we'll do an opposed check. Yeah. Okay. Roll 3 times for me because you got 3 machine gun arrays.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, 3 just machine
Little
guns.
8. Oh, not that one.
Not that one.
Oh, that was close. 8.
Okay, so you hit him with 2 of the machine guns, and this thing is not very heavily armored. Let me see here. So roll for location.
5 and 7.
Okay, so the rear armor on this thing is totally just slagged. You know, like the door you know, that just like goes flying off. The whole thing's wide open. There's like the dude inside. He's like loading the SRM tube with the with hopefully, you know, for you, hopefully his last shot.
He's got the tamper, like
it's like a musket, the black powder in. So Dan, so as Colin is, you know, basically leveling, you know, I mean, I think that the Demolisher has 4 tracks, right? Or is that the Demolisher 2? I don't remember.
This guy's only got 2.
It's only got 2, okay. One of them's got, I think it's Demolisher 2. So anyway, so you're trying to like get this thing to turn. You get it leveled out nice and straight, right? You're lined up with the Locust, chasing that APC, and all of a sudden, you know, you're like your alarms go off.
Did you run something over?
I don't know. Did I?
So, you check, and it's incoming missile is flashing on your dashboard.
All right, so I'm gonna dodge.
Fire
it.
flares.
Try to take evasive action.
Yeah, I'm gonna gun it. I want to gun it towards the Locust, kind of close the gap, but I also gonna try and like maybe preemptively so the missile could just go straight past us.
Okay.
So
Well, let's see what happens here.
Fire flares.
No.
Defensive measures.
I don't know. I think there are flares.
Really?
I don't know. Are there?
Flares.
Plot point.
There should be.
am I rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
So it's
That was a pretty good roll.
16. if it's
Okay,
my
so
pilot.
you're at -2 to shoot. You're at -2 to shoot because you're taking like crazy evasive maneuvers with this
He's
tank.
up on the 2 wheels.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, I mean, the APC is like skittering away, so basically you like hard turn away, you know,
Yeah, I'm done
and
with
the
that
missiles
APC,
like
I don't-
slam into the debris, boom, boom, you know, and miss. But there were a lot of missiles that came in, like a lot.
Okay.
Substantial number.
Did-
Concerningly substantial number.
Like maybe it wasn't the Locust that fired all those missiles.
Oh, it was definitely not the Locust. They
Okay.
came in from your right side, so
Okay.
down the tarmac.
Okay. So it's the jerk hanging out in the
Yeah.
background.
I guess you're up in the turret, right? So like as you're wheeling the turret around, you can see it like again, like, you know, it's sunset now, right? The haze is like all orange and you can see this thing like, you know, lumbering towards you. Not very fast, you know, it's just maintaining range and, you know, sending missiles.
Is that a hunchback? I don't know, but it ruined that.
No, Dan.
How big's a catapult?
How big is the catapult?
That's a heavy.
65 tons.
Yeah.
No metagaming.
Yeah. Stop. Wait a minute. We would know these things.
You think?
All right. Maybe. Not.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, we got it in our
It's
little
definitely not a
Imperial
catapult.
handbook
It's
manual.
more humanoid looking.
So it is.
So
Okay.
it's a clan mech. This is a clan invasion.
So we just avoided the missiles. The Locust is still closing. I assume we're probably into medium range now with the Locust.
You are still at medium range with the Locust.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You just kind of took an evasive turn. You didn't really close much distance with it.
Yeah.
So
I'm basically helping the gunner. I'm like pre-targeting the Locust for him, like, you know, setting his targeting.
Okay.
right.
Like, so it's like loading into your screen. You know. Yeah.
So missiles have just fired overhead, right?
They just fired overhead.
And I'm like, Captain, what the hell was that? I'm blinded
Yeah.
by it on my
I'm like,
screen.
keep turning. Get the turret repositioned for this Locust. It's bearing down on us.
It's bearing down on us.
He's
All right,
spinning
so,
a big wheel.
so as it's turning around, I'm just firing the one on the right.
Yeah.
The other one. Is,
Oh, they're on the same. They're coaxial. So
Wait.
they're
They're
basically
a little
on.
cross-eyed. One's a little.
There's the picture though.
What-
Dan,
what-
you got a picture of the Demolisher you can show Rick?
Okay, let's see the Demolisher.
That's a Demolisher.
So see, both the guns are
Ow.
basically they're almost kind of like
Got it.
this, like almost one on top of the other. But yeah.
And I've got it lined up and I'm shooting at it.
Okay.
Medium range,
Yes.
-2.
So this thing is moving very fast. So you're basically gunnery, you know, we'll call it gunnery 5, 8, 9, you need 10s to hit. You firing both or one?
Yeah, might as well fire both of
Yeah.
them. I mean, I'm not concerned about ammo.
I mean, it may come back to haunt you later. All right,
I missed.
one miss.
No?
You got the second
Oh,
one.
that's right.
Oh my god, how are you hitting all these? Okay, so
Nice.
roll for location.
He is
One torso.
Thank God.
Little leg.
No, it's left arm. 10? Yeah, 10. So you rip
Wait, they don't even
off.
have arms.
They do. They have little tiny laser arms. Well, these are this one has actually machine guns in the arm.
It's got like
So,
one really buff arm.
so you rip off one of the arms on this locust. You know, pretty cleanly. The other shell misses. I mean, they're very nimble. So the thing kind of ducks and weaves. The one shell misses. So the APC in front of you, the dude loads up the last SRM thing and it's like locks eyes with you and just boom. I mean, it's almost like he knows he's dead.
I'm out of the hatch market. I'm like, not gonna happen today, Buster.
Oh my god, dude, these guys are so bad.
I mean, he's in a burning APC. I kind of, you know.
It is. It's like he's all messed
He's
up
dead.
anyway.
I gotta give him credit. He's
So
dedicated.
boom. So it just sort of streaks past the turret. Oh wow, that's what happens when you import arms from Capellan space.
Right?
I mean, you know, use Davian made gear, you dummies.
Yeah.
Bootleg.
So most of the other ground infantry, now that you've been laying on and there's incoming LRM fire, they're gone. They're nowhere to be found. Like they realize this was an awful idea and have pretty much scattered. So the only thing you have to deal with is this APC, this Locust, and the mystery missile mech that is raining doom from almost 700 meters away. Is pretty far away from you. So who's up? Tom.
Yeah, I'm gonna hack into the Raven's the Locust's computer. I can't do that.
You cannot do that.
Can I?
No.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'm just
not remotely.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to jam some signals if I can. I got communications.
Okay.
And stuff. So I'm gonna try to like confuse the medium mech's missile targeting computer if I can. Just like frustrated from locking onto us.
Okay.
You know, like almost like a reflex opposition, maybe intelligence. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
against-
it's definitely intelligence based for sure. What's your communication skill?
A 3.
Yeah, all right. So it's sort of like like rudimentary ECM type stuff.
Yeah. Try to make like fake.
Yeah, whatever. That makes sense.
Little 8.
Okay, I'll write that down.
A little 11. I got an 11.
You got an 11. Okay. So, you're up, Dan.
I'm gonna attempt to maneuver the tank, so it'll put the Locust between us and the medium where that is.
Okay. So basically, the Locust is coming at you, right? The other mech is like way out there, and you kind of want to set it.
Yeah,
so
I want to maneuver us. So if he does try
Like
and fire, more missiles, we can at least maybe use the Locust as
good defensive tactic.
Yeah.
I like that. This is very, very, very clever. So go ahead and make a drive check, and it's going to be opposed against the Locust.
Okay.
Piloting to see. Now the Locust doesn't know what you're doing. Oh wow, well done. I was going to give the Locust a penalty, but you beat it anyway. So Dan rolling 12s, classic Dan. All right, so you managed to somehow move this behemoth of a tank, and you just basically fake the Locust out so that it's in a position. Now it's also a little frazzled because it just got its arm ripped off. But yeah, you position it so that missile mech is going to have a much harder time. Probably won't be able to get a lock between your countermeasures and your maneuvering. So that leaves the mighty autocannons. You hear the loading mechanism, which is like music to your half-deafened ears.
So I'm obviously following it. I'm continuing to target. I'm just gonna fire one this time.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I don't feel like I have to fire two. I want to keep one in the chamber in case the other guy gets in close.
I feel you.
All right, so you get it. So you're a little bit closer this time. So you do get it.
Are we in short?
You are. However, the Locust I forgot he needed to shoot back last turn. So before you roll for location.
See what the Locust does.
Yeah, and it just reminded me because he was in short range in my head because he closed. So he is going to fire. He hits with his medium laser, misses with his machine gun. Medium laser hits the front for 2 points. So it comes in, basically you're dodging around it. It has like that chin mounted, medium laser that like rakes the front of your tank. You swing the turret around. Boom. Yeah, it's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I mean, you sink one straight under the cockpit, you know, and the thing just, you see the pilot eject, and the mech just explodes, goes down like an ATST.
Ooh.
So I'm going to.
I mean,
jump in the
nice job.
light up that pilot, man.
Nice job.
Yeah.
This is like
Awful.
No
He's like
mercy.
coming down on his parachute. You guys are like,
No, we hit him with the AC-20.
it's like, it's just the parachute.
No. Yeah, so I'm gonna, you know, call a nice shot, and then to you, I'm gonna say, let's beeline towards the medium. Let's
Is that
let's get in
APC even
visual
a threat anymore?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, let's get in visual range, identify what that mech is, and get it. I am going to try and like reroute some power to the engine by like, doing some stuff to disconnect like the turret. So the turret's like the motors are.
Would I be able to
like all that
slam into
power.
the locust and kind of drag it as like forward armor?
We put the head, we like drive into the
Basically,
torso and like.
You mean like push the, like bulldoze the
Yeah,
locust down?
bulldoze and use that as like forward armor, like additional armor, so if it does start firing at us,
I love it.
I'm gonna try it. That's what I want to do.
Well, I mean,
I think we have more armor than that.
Yeah, no, that's 10.
It just crumples because it's
yeah, I mean, you try pushing it a little bit, you know,
And
and,
just
and
right
it's a
through.
little bit of confusion. I'll give you. What's your I don't know. I'm looking at
Intelligence
your
is
intelligence is. No, it's 2.
I have technician.
No, yeah, that's not.
I
Do
can
you
weld it
have-
on there while
do you have
driving.
jerry rigging
I
or
don't,
A
no,
team.
no.
Do you have Mr. T?
I don't.
Okay.
I have computers and technician.
Yeah, I mean, you try, but I mean, the tank just wants to go over it. So as
It's
this,
just,
you know.
yeah, I'm crushing it.
So you buy yourself a little bit of time. Maybe the medium mech but it's still basically maintaining distance at this point.
Did my efforts to
I'm only a
increase
great
our
driver.
speed work?
No,
Oh.
you can't really, get that much more juice out of this thing, unfortunately. As you're closing though, again, you're like,
Active countermeasures.
yeah, you're doing your best, but you realize this mech just hightails it, it's in reverse, and you're not closing the distance. Like, you're watching the range, and it's not going down. Like, it's like backing up at a rate of speed that's equivalent to your, like, flat out.
Yeah.
So you'll never get in range at this point.
Ah, nobody cares. As long as he's running away like a little girl. So I'm gonna get on the comms to our other guys. I'm like, are there any other units? This guy's retreating. Can anybody cut him off and box him in? I'm calling it out.
Okay.
Looking for tanks, looking for helicopters.
So missiles come screaming in. Let's see what happens. Are you going to dodge them?
I am, because I was actually going to say, narratively, we're going to cut into the complex again.
Okay.
Start using it, try and see maybe if using the buildings to maneuver to get closer to him.
Well, I think this initial round, I will allow it. I will allow an opposed check.
Okay.
Gets it. Yeah, 9.
What's your drive?
5. So it'd be 14.
Okay. Next.
Oh, more than 1. That's a good roll.
Get a
You
12.
might get hit here.
Get a
I
12.
do what I can, Dan.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. Well, I mean, technically that is a 12, but...
Okay. So
I'm gonna
let's see
base
what
roll.
happens here. Okay, so 3. So basically 2, 4, 5. All right. So I got 2 groups of 2 and a group of 1. So to the 3, which
Is
is
it a group of 1 or a group of 2?
That's a group of 2. That's
Okay.
to the side. To the 5,
Okay.
which is the
There's a 1 turret.
5 is a turret. You're right. That's a group of 2, and then 11, which is a group of 1. Oh, not bad. So not bad for you. I mean, so one of the launchers, like all the missiles are like hitting the ground around you as you're trying to take evasive maneuvers and cut towards. The other one, however, locks in, rakes some damage across the turret and sides of the mech.
I pull up the map. Based on where he's going, is he gonna walk into like? Is he cornering himself? Is my question.
Good question.
I'm
Is he?
taking a look. I think he is. I think he's
He's
working.
running out
He
of
doesn't
space.
realize. He doesn't know. We've already like driven through a bunch of this. He's actually working himself into like one of the fortified corners You know, because again, he was by the flight control tower, and that's got like some fortifications, and he's basically walking himself right into it. So we know. So I just tell you, keep going.
Okay.
Like we got.
Keep
All
on
right.
dodging.
Yeah.
All right.
So we just keep on keeping on.
So you guys are, you know, hauling it, and sure enough, like, you know, the range starts closing because he has come up to some sort of large spaceport wall, like an outer wall, and there is like a sort of a weird corner type area. There's a large, like a repair hangar, for, you know, for ships. Go ahead.
I was just thinking it's like in MechWarrior, you know, like when your legs get turned the wrong, you know, and like
And you're like
yeah,
stuck,
yeah, and the
and you're
thing's like yeah, the whole thing's like spinning around.
Oh
You're trying
my
to
God.
Yeah.
So, so you're starting to close the gap. It is going to fire its missiles. You guys are, you know, basically now
Can I run
you'll be in
some
medium
countermeasures?
range this next narration. What's that?
Can I roll for some like countermeasures?
You can try. I
Trying
mean,
to
I
frustrate
think
this
you're
guy.
close enough
I got
at this.
12s.
I think you're. Oh my gosh!
I had it.
Wow.
I'm writing this.
Yeah.
I'm writing this story.
You're just writing it. Something's going on.
That
So,
was close though.
all right. So one misses, one hits.
Ooh.
All right. So only a group of 2, and that is going to go to your 9, which is turret. All right. So Rick has brain damage.
Blood's trickling.
He's
Yeah.
like the
Am I
guy
deaf?
from he's like deaf, right? Yeah, he can't hear. He's
Hello? Her carrier.
got- Okay.
The moon was made of cheese.
You're up, right?
Yeah.
No, you're up.
You're
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
basically closing the
Yeah,
distance,
yeah,
right?
that's yeah. I was
So
close
you're
to
within
that.
medium range, and now like the smoke sort of clear. You know, you're close enough that you can see this thing, and it is a trebuchet. You know, and it's got the big missile, you know,
Love the
gauntlet.
trebuchets.
It does have, you know, a bunch of medium range weaponry as well as the LRM. So this thing is.
I'm
it
gonna
is
be
to
just
feared.
aggressive and just straight, like aiming
All right,
right for
you're
its chest and just going
Driving
straight.
straight at it,
Yeah.
holding steady. Make a
'Cause-
drive check for me.
I have a hatred for trebuchets. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a character trait.
It is.
All right.
9.
Well, there's lots of debris, potholes, things like that. So, you know, I was gonna see if maybe you could hold it straight enough that he would get some sort of benefit. But you know, boom, tank's kind of rumbling through. You're up.
Yeah.
So now,
Medium range
you know, the
EC-20s.
crosshairs basically light up to signal that you are in range. You've got 2 rounds, you know, loaded and primed.
Locked and loaded.
Okay, so it is basically already engaged, so we're just going to use the base numbers out of this. So your skill 3, 4, 5, 6, you need 7s, 8s with the heavy smoke.
Well,
The turret explodes. So that happens.
All right,
Not that bad.
so 2 autocannon 20 rounds sink into the spaceport wall behind this mech as it just suddenly, with a burst of speed, darts behind one of the repair hangars. The wall is just shattered. You can see it like crack spider webbing out. Yeah.
Did I ever hear back from any allies about some reinforcements?
Dude, comms are all messed up, and you're like using them in weird ways to like play Michael Jackson to confuse the enemy pilots. So no one really knows what's happening right now on comms. But no, you didn't hear back on reinforcements. You know, basically somebody gets back to you and they're like, "Oh, we're pinned down in sector, Hotel 4.
Yeah.
Can't
Well, I'm
support
hoping,
you."
well, so I'm gonna. I don't know if I need to roll for this, but I'm gonna basically say, the whole point of us getting here was that this trebuchet had a bunch of infantry forces pinned down.
Yes.
So now that we're changing that they can sort of come out, at least pepper it, distract it, keep it like I think the term's harry it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna harry
Yeah.
it. Do I need to roll for that?
Platoon
Yeah.
Commander.
I'm just
Gary
at the top
Johnson.
with a megaphone, like, "Hey guys, you can come out now."
Just loudspeaker
Tally
over
ho!
the tank.
Yeah.
So one of the platoon commanders is like, "Yeah, this is,
Yeah,
Commander Gary
shortwave,
Johnson
on the shortwave.
LRM
yeah.
platoon, we are getting to the top of the building. ETA 60
We
seconds.
just blew it up.
They're like, we're right on the top of the wall. No, but they're like a nearby building,
Yeah.
and they'll be able to provide some fire support for you
Yeah.
shortly. Dan.
Let's close it. We gotta get in short for these.
So I'm just gonna
machine guns.
gun it forward.
All right,
so I'm basically following the trebuchet.
So as soon as you come around the corner, it's basically got its lasers, and it's like, so it's gonna rip off a couple of medium lasers at you.
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay, you can.
Can we roll a reflex thing to shoot first?
Huh?
Call you Greedo. Can
Actually,
we do a reflex to that?
So the buildings that we're kind
it was basically waiting,
going through and around, right? Are they hangars or are they fortified?
They're not bunkers. Nothing's fortified.
So
drive through.
I would just that's what I'm thinking. Like instead of going around like I'm trying to be a polite civilian,
want to drive through a hangar?
I'm just gonna straight through the wall.
It could pin your tank in place if it collapses the wrong way.
The hangar?
Don't worry, it won't.
Yeah.
We got this.
Okay.
You got
I mean, it's
all right. So anyway, let's start with the medium lasers.
All right.
So that's going to be a hit. You're dodging.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll.
Come on, 12s.
All right. So the medium lasers just miss. They burn holes in the pavement around you.
Are you still driving into this?
Basically, he cuts around a building. You're just going to drive through the hangar.
Because I kind of wanted to be like I'm in pursuit of you. Like I'm angry. Like
I feel like our tank has like the teeth on the front of it.
So I need
shark
you to let's take a look at the damage for a ram attack. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Or proud. What's it called?
Okay, so you're able to just punch right through.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not gonna take any damage. I mean, it's basically right. It's like very thin walls.
He avoids the steel girder.
You will need to make a driving check though.
Do it. You're gonna make this look.
I even gonna look.
Okay, so you're good. So boom. So like the mech's like running away. And it cuts a corner, right, a tight corner using its superior mobility, and you're just like, boom! You just take the corner,
bust right out.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
so totally caught by surprise.
Explosions for absolutely no reason, and then there's gonna be like a jeep behind us, flip over.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's perfect. So good. All right, so Rick, you're back in range. So
yes, so
back in the business.
As we're flying through the air, Captain Anders over there is telling me it's going to be on your left, so I just start pivoting the turret.
And you can see it like just trying to get away, and this thing's really moving quick.
Sure. And I just fire 2 off.
All right. So you guys are basically at short range at this point. So you need 6s to hit. There's going to be no... You're going to machine gun it too? Okay.
I'll wait.
First AC 20 hits.
Big number. Damn it.
Big numbers were on the little ones earlier.
All right, so I know.
Well, can we
roll for location?
Somebody edge that?
I don't think I can.
All right.
Okay. 9.
Oh boy. So you just pound his leg, and the shell rips through, and you hear like the twisting of metal, and the thing just suddenly like lurches. Let's see if you can get a critical.
It's got
hit.
stiff leg. It's like
we'll see.
You gave it a Charlie horse.
A 9. So you do land the critical hit.
Nice.
So the thing like lurches forward and stumbles a little bit. Let me see if it stays on its feet.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pepper it with some small arms fire.
It does manage to stay up on its feet, but it's like sort of lurch, right? And you're just like, so you'll get 2 of the 4 machine guns. Miss. You get 1 of the 4 machine guns.
That's a better.
Ooh, if only it was a headshot. Okay, so it hits. Roll for location.
Headshot.
5. That's right leg. Okay. So good. All right, so
12 on the hit doesn't do anything.
Does not. So the trebuchet's leg is all jacked up, which is just what you needed. So the thing, like, basically is on the corner of this hangar building that you just kind of, you drove sort of caddy. It was like wide open hangar, and you sort of caddy cornered through it because it went around and was, coming basically back towards the tarmac.
Yeah.
So now it's in the open, and as you're in pursuit of this thing, it's now limping. You see all these little tiny like missiles. They're not full mech, scale things, but it's enough that it might do some damage.
Now you're rolling good. That's funny.
Professional.
So, you're on the right team.
So it will take a couple of pips of damage. Torso. Oh, and And a headshot. So the pilot takes a little bit of damage there. But yeah, so basically this thing's getting peppered with infantry from the Crucis Lancers infantry. So
they're all cheering. We hear cheering come over the comms.
So it realizes it's in trouble. So it turns around and starts
puts its arms up,
backpedaling, and just unloads everything. Full alpha strike. It's going to build up 2 points of heat, and it is going to just try to end you where you stand. All right. Now these LRMs are going to have a harder time hitting because he's basically at a shorter range. I don't think that is going to do it.
6?
Because you're going full speed, right?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, which I factored in there.
Smoke and all that.
That doesn't count, but he took the head hit. So
he's what, a
minus
-2
2.
to everything. Right?
Yeah. Both LRMs miss. So basically, you're just like you see. I mean, you can see them like coming out of the tube, and they're just blasting the ground around you as you like wheel around this corner into like this death trap. But they all miss.
Death Alley.
But however, the lasers hit. So that is a hit. That's a group. It's going to do 5 points of damage, Tom. To the 8. That is the front.
You said 4 points?
So that's going to be an internal strike.
No. 1, 2, 3.
5 points.
Oh.
5 points.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be an internal strike. You edging it? It's tough. It's tough to edge out of. Alright. There's no critical hit.
No.
However, your tank is worse for wear at this point, right? You're going to have to abandon.
It's been worse.
This tank. You've seen worse.
We're not abandoning this tank.
I'm just kidding. But it's bad news.
I already got the duct tape out.
Although the trebuchet's leg is damaged, I mean it is it's largely like green, in your damage readouts, right? Like it's not just its legs are damaged. So
that's deceiving.
Who is up? Yeah, Rick, you guys can decide. You're all on the same team.
We're in short
with the
range, so let's just do it.
Yeah. You want to start with the machine guns?
Yeah, we want to get even closer because the closer we get, the worse the LRMs are. So,
I'm going to get right up on them.
Well, with the leg actuator damaged at this point, the fact that you basically outmaneuvered it, you're able to basically just roll into point blank range. You catch right up to it. It's like limping, backing away from you, missiles flying.
As we're getting closer, I'm just peppering with machine guns.
Now you're going to need to add +1 to your hit here. It can't. Okay. It's not gonna dodge. So, oh boy, that's. You're gonna get 3 machine gun shots. 2 hits. 3 hits.
There you go. Okay. So first location to the 5.
Right leg.
To the
9. Oh, that's that damaged leg.
To the 7.
7 torso. So roll the crit on the damaged leg.
Nothing.
Okay.
It's okay.
Rick, you're up.
Yeah.
So AC shells load up. So this thing is limping along. It is. I mean, you're point blank range.
And I'm letting him go. Let's see what
So
happens.
you're gonna need your gunnery 3, 4.
Point blank.
I mean, and it lost the TMM from heat and also the leg actuator hit. So it's basically as. I think you need 5s to hit. Right?
Good thing it was 5s.
Yeah, because you're going super fast right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. So
your number.
I mean, the thing's like a 50-ton behemoth. You just like boom. You like aim for the
Question is, what do you
aim for the
hit?
crotch. Yeah, we'll see what he hits.
Left arm.
Yeah, it's all gonna be left arm.
That's a right leg. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. It does 7.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. Right leg is blown off. All right, roll the other one. Classic tank, just shooting for the legs. 11.
Is that the
left
other
arm.
leg? Oh.
There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, that destroys the whole medium laser tick and an LRM 15.
Nice.
So you have blown off a leg. Boom. So I mean, it's like backpedaling. Boom. You blow off the leg. Boom. Hit the arm off as it's going to the ground. It's trying to balance itself.
The other leg's all
So
messed
here's
up.
what happens here. The pilot takes damage. Well, the mech takes damage. The pilot takes more damage.
Oh, jeez.
The pilot may
He didn't
black
make
out. Let's see.
What's his piloting? Oh, that's an 8. That's pretty good. What do you have to roll? A 6?
A 7 on that, which is unfortunate. It's very close. So pilot's still awake. However, you get to roll the location
Of the damage.
of the damage.
Pilot's damage?
The fall damage. Yep. 5 right leg, which transfers up to the torso. Okay. So this massive mech hits the ground. Boom, boom, boom.
Swarmed by little guys.
It's trying to get up. It's got, basically an opposite arm and leg. Can it shoot? It could
It
shoot.
starts rolling. You see it like
Yeah,
flopping.
it's flopping around basically. So I'm gonna give you guys a free turn here. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna open the hatch, run out.
Get Rick's vibro axe.
Yeah, just start hacking at it. No, I'm gonna try to do a killing blow and just, shoot it to death.
Machine guns. Yeah, so the Gatling guns are still.
Yeah. That's not gonna hit. Even though,
I mean, it's prone.
yeah,
and you're
it's
immobile,
adjacent,
right? and you're adjacent to
yeah.
it, so that does hit actually,
On a 6.
and that hits too.
So first group of 1 will be to the 10,
All right, that goes to the torso,
to the 4,
right on
and to the 5.
torso. All right.
Peppering.
So what are you doing?
I was
Just
yeah.
Are
I mean,
you,
I
are
was
you
gonna,
gonna
but
station?
Ram wanted to
Dude,
shoot
ram
me.
him.
Are you want to just
You can
drive
still
into
shoot
it?
Oh, I mean, yeah, if I can,
I mean, your front armor is pretty jacked up. You need to be careful about
Can
that.
you
Yeah, that's what I
can
mean,
he
like, I
like
was-
drift into it with the back?
Roll for Tokyo drifting.
Can I start angling myself towards its head so I can just run that over?
Just like do like a K-turn, and then just like
Yeah,
No,
like
it's
pull
like-
up on top of it and you just start doing a burnout.
Casually,
I mean, you get your tracks, they're gonna rip it all up anyway.
casually just crush its head.
No, do you want to remain stationary? It'll give him a better angle.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
Unless it gets up. If it gets up, then I'm gonna.
Take it to
Well, it's trying to get up.
Well, yeah, that's.
I mean,
Yeah,
it looks like it's trying to angle to shoot at you because it can get up and
I
basically.
mean, I could crush its other leg, right? Theoretically.
But
you
you
know what, I
you
just-
can't really aim a charge attack
Yeah. So I'm
when
just
it's
gonna,
laying on the ground like that. I mean,
I'm gonna
if it was-
angle myself
into
so
a
he's
turtle
doesn't have full view of the front, but
get closer.
he has.
It's fine.
He can just.
Okay, so you basically want to pull the side up to it.
Yes. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so so you do one of those to like aim the sort of angle the front away.
Yeah, exactly. To protect the front.
And basically you're stationary at this point, so you'll get
Yep.
a benefit to your roll.
Do you go first?
I don't. He's
He
all
gives a free
banged up.
turn.
Yeah, you get a free turn. He's still trying to position himself.
Okay.
Are you shooting both?
Yeah.
You don't want to give him an opportunity to surrender?
No.
Okay.
Did we want to?
Oh,
Oh, wait,
did
was
we
that an
want to?
option?
Well, you
I
just
forgot
rolled
the
it.
whole
We
idea
don't
of
have
this
time. We don't
thing.
have time to interrogate another person.
All right, fine. We
Where
don't
is
care.
HR? Okay. There we go.
All right, so both hit. So roll for location.
One-
Oh my gosh.
So he's
There's
dead.
just
You just
headshot.
head capped him.
Yeah.
So basically, you
Ranger.
pull up to the side. He's like trying to get up.
That would have killed him too.
And like you see the pilot as like, boom, and he just like incinerates the head, and there's just nothing left, and the mech just slumps to the ground.
I'm gonna call this a victory.
We almost
I'm gonna
made
pull out my
it.
margarita.
Yeah.
Set. Start
Now I
reading.
pop the hatch. Start.
So you hear over comms, militia forces are in withdrawal. Rebel forces are in withdrawal.
I think we just
Spaceport
capped, what,
secure.
4 mechs.
It's a whole freaking light lance, dude.
Just massacre.
I mean, you guys got pretty beat up, but you held your own. They weren't the best gunners.
And the good thing is that we ended up right near a repair bay. So we're just gonna pull right in,
Hop out,
drag some armor over, and just start
welding it
yeah.
on. So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
seriously, like we need to do some field repairs before we peace out to the capital.
Oh, absolutely.
So
That's why
we
I'm a
can't show up
technician.
like this.
Well, the capital's already got a whole bunch of the other our people there, right? So they're holding it down for a little bit.
Yeah, a little
I mean,
metagame, a little side conversation real quick. Was this like our tank or was this just a tank?
No, that's like your.
Okay, so
I mean,
we just
well,
can't
I mean,
leave
it's
it here.
all. You could.
I was just saying, like, if we can just like get airlifted and drop into somebody else's tank
You-
and steal it.
Oh no, they're not gonna have more hardware for you.
Okay, so we do need to do some field repairs, get a little bit of this armor cleaned up.
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, well, I mean, your command, is nearby, right? You have dropships and things like that are so.
I mean,
so
there's
functional.
literally a repair bay. So.
So you get on
makes it
comms, right? So you basically. The forces, the Crucis Lancers rally. They lock down the spaceport again. They have some prisoners. They're being interrogated. They are repairing. There's a couple of bulldogs.
ATV comes by. Bag full of tools.
Bag full of tools. Well, I mean, you can move your tank still moves, right? So you can get it. To Get it to the dropship.
I want to use the repair bay that is right next to it.
It's just a hangar. It's
you said repair bay.
I said that like 15 turns ago. I think that was on the other side of the
space. It is now canon. It is. I drew a map there now.
Canonized. Yeah. Well, whatever. It's a repair bay for
not tanks,
not militarized.
Yeah,
military.
Aerospace.
Yeah. It's a friggin' spaceport.
Fine. I just thought it'd be cool.
It's actually for small arms. Fire, it's repair.
It's like the video game where it's like Grand Theft Auto. You like pull in the one side and then you pull out the other side. Your tank is like flames down the side. It's like painted a different color.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool. We should paint a dragon on ours.
It's really just like West Coast Customs. All of a sudden, we have giant wheels.
Winch on the front, light bar.
Yeah, and there's like a
fish
fish tank.
tub.
Yeah, there's definitely a fish tank. You're like, dog, I heard you like fish.
Oh my god, this is how we role play. It's like, so how do you want to spend your sea bills? I want to install a fish tank, like a full-size aquarium, like
how much
a
is
card.
wood paneling in this world?
Oh my god. Okay.
Velvet.
So you guys basically make your way back to the dropship, where you need to pull in, get this thing back repaired. It's going to take some time. There's no real serious damage aside from armor plating. A little bit of structure that needs to be repaired, but largely. You guys made it through that fight. Okay, so the tank will be down for several hours. Now the commander, which commander's name?
No, I'm starving now. So
our commander's name?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I think we just are. By the time we get to the capital, the fight will be over. We just keep delaying, just keep.
Let the other people take care of it.
Yeah. We're gonna show up all late.
What do you think, Carter Jacobs?
Sure.
I like Carter Jacobs.
Major Carter.
Major Jacobs.
Major
Carter Jacobs.
Carter Jacobs.
Hard nose.
So hard nosed ball buster. He's like, Anders, get in my briefing room with your
What did you
crew.
do to my tank?
Yeah, what happened to my tank? So basically, you meet in this briefing room. You guys are in fairly good. Nobody took any real damage, a little bit.
Nope.
You're loyal to the cause, obviously, which is important to him.
So he thinks.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
I'm a rebel in the sky.
he explains to you that the battle in the capital went very poorly. He said there were just waves and waves of rebel mechs. At least.
Where did they get these mechs from?
I don't know. And that's what we need to find out. There was at least 2 full lances. We finally managed to take them out, and I can't imagine there's any more battle mechs on this planet. But the rebel leadership has scattered into the city. We need to get them. We need to figure out what is going on here. This planet was not stocked with battle mechs, not like this. Even that trebuchet, that's a full company of mechs so far that we've encountered on this planet.
Where could they have come from?
Space.
Final.
Or they were buried. Were they buried?
Oh, maybe they found a
secret stash?
Yeah.
Dark
Comstar. No, Comstar, the other one. The Star League.
The question is, how do we get to the leadership now if they've scattered? We need to figure out where their backup HQ is.
Is there still heavy fighting in the capital, or is it?
He's like, not really.
You think it's in the sewers?
Some some outbreaks of conflict here and there, but
small skirmishes and
small skirmishes. But we have air superiority, and we still have a full lance on the ground.
Do we have any intelligence on where their leadership might have regrouped to?
We don't.
Is there any? Do we have any assets in the city we can meet up with and try to work with?
You mean intelligence assets?
Yeah, or people that are friendly to the regime.
Maybe that's what you need to do. Get in there and find them.
Okay.
Darn.
It's our chance to use disguises.
Nice.
I get my disguise suitcase out. I come back and
I'm waiting to use this.
Yeah. But I still have all of the
obviously
all the war awards,
the war medals,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, just a mustache. Hello, fellow soldiers.
So he's like, dismissed. Get out of my briefing room.
Oh, that's a nice guy.
So it's up to you guys to figure out how you are going to to basically infiltrate
Breach
or
the walls of secrecy.
Yeah, breach the walls of secrecy. Very well done. Yeah, basically infiltrate or figure out where these rebel leaders are hiding. So you can certainly get into the capital, no problem. Since they have air superiority, they can just VTOL you in if you want to do the mission on foot. If you want to wait for the demolisher to be repaired, that might be 24
Maybe they can bring
hours.
it later.
Yeah, absolutely,
Certainly.
right? So we can leave it here for repairs and go in on foot because nobody's going to talk to us
Right.
and demolish it.
And again, it's like the Batmobile thing where or a Tesla and you hit the button, it just like shows up. So all of a sudden we're like,
80 tons falls out of the sky.
like yes.
By the time you get down to the capital, although there's still quite a bit of smoke, right, from things that were on fire earlier in the day, it's now basically nighttime, right, because it was dusk at the point when you had the battle in the spaceport. So now it's night. You've resuited up, you ate, you recharged, you took the VTOL down, and as the VTOL is kind of coming in, panning around the city, you can sort of see the destruction was very centralized to maybe like one or two, maybe 3 blocks at best from this, very palatial sort of institutional like building, like a government building, and it's very Greco-Roman style with the big pillars and things like that. It's almost out of place in this city. And it still has power to it. There's not too many like demolished buildings. There's definitely collateral damage, but nothing's really like leveled per se. There's some flashing lights, just sort of dimly flashing on the tops of the buildings as the VTOL comes in and lands on top of this Capitol building. There's an aide there to meet you. Hey, Captain.
Military or like local?
Military. Yeah, military. You don't know. So you guys have no touch with the local populace. Like, you don't have local intelligence. Like, nothing. And the governor that called for help is basically totally useless. What's that?
World,
I said that's cool.
He's off-world, right? He came basically to your world crying for help. So the aide explains that the Lancers have set up a field base in this building. They're setting up fortifications, but they have a barracks set up and things like that. There's like multiple levels below ground that are like safe if you guys want to rest for the evening before you continue on with your mission. So it's totally up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, let's get some R&R and get some grub.
Yeah.
Grub it up.
I'm gonna
Grub it dub.
Yeah, we'll retire down to the barracks. And I'll set up some traps in case people are trying to ambush us at night.
Like little cat bells.
Yeah, like laser cameras, that kind of stuff.
Like C4. barracks.
Do they have any of the rebels detained here?
They do.
All right. So I think before we go to sleep for the evening, we should probably go interrogate the couple.
Oh, sorry. I mean, sorry, wrong mission briefing. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, we can beat the streets of somewhere.
Right.
Street. I ready my blackjack. So you find a guy. He is he's tied up. So the aide basically says she's like, this one here I think might be of interest to you. We haven't been able to get anything out of him.
Do they know if he's from this planet, or they don't know anything?
Make a roll.
Speaks in
So he doesn't. What's your total with like your perception bonus, including keen senses?
11.
Yeah, it's 11.
I'm just making up numbers.
I'm
No,
9.
plus 2 from your thing, right?
No, plus 1. It's intelligence based, isn't it?
Perception?
I thought you had a bonus to your perception.
You don't have it trained? Oh, that's right.
That's Sixth Sense. Like, I assume Sixth Sense means like I have a feeling about something.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So,
Mhm.
oh, all right, fine. Then I got it.
Okay. Thom, you were correct, sir.
Thanks.
So, I mean,
Go,
you
Thom.
forget the Sixth Sense. Like, you look at the guy, and
Clearly, is a Capel.
he's definitely Asian, you know.
But what kind of Asian?
It's hard to tell.
This is
You
future
know,
Asian.
these
Don't be
are
racist.
these are future Asians, so you don't know if he's Capellan
Very
or
blended.
Combine. It's hard, you know.
Could be
Or he's just, you know. But that's the first thing that jumps out. As a veteran of
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
like
Combine,
Capellan
of
scum.
like Wars with the Draconis Combine, like this is one of the first thing that jumps out at you.
Okay.
So
So
Me too.
he also looks extremely calm, which you've seen before.
Right.
You know, these Combine prisoners, like they don't talk. You know, they're like, that's fine. You know, kill me, right?
You know my background's extra Draconis Combine,
Yeah, that's why we don't talk about it.
right? Oh, okay.
Is
Well,
it?
was. Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. So
Remember,
you
they captured
noticed
my
this.
planet. I'm a war orphan and everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. All
Conscripted.
right, well
Sorry.
you notice all
They
these.
might know me because I got a bad reputation with Draconis Combine people.
Ooh, well,
I do.
let's. So Rick, tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, so I think as she says that to me, I turn to Anders to say, you know, this guy's Draconis all the way. But he says it to me beforehand because he immediately
Ice
You
knows.
look at each other, you're like
Ice
Draconis at the same time. You're like,
Ah!
double jinx.
And so we just slam the door open and walk right inside and grab the dude. Like, what's Draconis doing on this planet?
All right.
Oh.
So you go
broke the
right
case.
to the meat. Well, tell me what he says, Thom.
What does he say? Oh my lord. So Anders is just ice cold, man. He hates the Draconis Combine. And so we rough, you know, we pick this guy up. What does he say? Why would Draconis Combine be here? Wouldn't you like
He just
to know?
maniacal laughter. He goes, "What is that?"
Yeah, it's too late, he says. It's too late. It doesn't matter anyway. What does that mean? He just laughs. He's not giving anything up. He's
It's too
He's
late,
stealing.
he says. Dan, what else is going on?
I'm just hanging out by the door with my 249 just in case he decides to.
You do
draw a
not
gun.
carry. We got a level set right now. You cannot walk around carrying a field.
minigun? Or
Yeah,
what?
like a minigun. Like
Why not? That's what I do. Just, you know, strapped around me and just kind of holding it.
it's always worrying.
like when he's bored, he just plays.
Ball bearing.
I'm just gonna kind of hang out by the door entrance
So-
and just like lean against it and just watch.
Smoking.
Yeah, just kind of watching.
Vaping.
This trend, this
Right.
interaction.
Okay.
So one of the things I want to look at is you know, the other prisoners. Are there any other like?
They're all separate, right? So they have
Yeah.
them and isolate like solitary.
Yeah, I figured we
basically.
could you know walk the block, take a look. I'm just curious if they're like all Draconis or like this guy is like, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
if,
they're not.
Yeah,
they're
a lot of them are
it's a fairly good mix, but even like you can tell a local from
Yeah,
you just even by their disposition, right, and their demeanor. Demeanor's probably a better word for it. You know,
So
just
we
the way
can tell
they
the
hold
trained
themselves.
from the untrained.
Well, not only that, but just the way this guy holds himself is so much different from these other militia ones. Yeah, like I guess it is maybe a degree
Does
of
he seem
training.
like he's
even.
So I
He's
use
an officer.
well. That's what I was gonna ask. Can I use my knowledge of Draconis and military knowledge and stuff, and you know maybe he's got. You know, is he military? I should know some of this. 7 with maybe a 2. So maybe
What's your
a
knowledge?
9.
+3, right?
Just +2.
Oh, +2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't discern that, and you interrogate him, and you question him, and you ask him things, but he doesn't even really necessarily give up. Aside from the "it's too late," which is ominous, it doesn't necessarily fully confirm that he is in fact an agent of the Combine. You
Maybe
know.
he's just a fan. Maybe he's just a tanky.
Fanboy.
Maybe just like snakes. Who knows? Maybe he's a Capellan posing as someone from the Combine.
Posing as someone not from the Combine.
Or he's the dude from Hal Steiner playing. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
So you interrogate this guy. You know, I mean, nothing. You can't get anything meaningful out of him.
I go back out and use our encrypted, military comms to call back to the hard-nosed ballbuster, Dr.
Major Jacobs.
Dr. Major Jacobs. Yeah, he's a doctor now.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. I just say, is there any reason that Draconis Combine would be involved in this?
He's like, what are you talking about the Drax for? You sound crazy. I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
I feel crazy, but this guy is reading like a Draconis, and I'm just wondering, maybe that's where these mechs are coming from. Is there any reason they'd be infiltrating this world, causing trouble?
I don't know.
An uprising.
I'll have teams scour the mech's cockpits. Oh wait, you shot all their heads off.
Did you shoot all their heads?
Actually, yeah. Like 2 of them.
I thought the commander was good. Yeah.
We'll take a look. We'll check their hardware and see if we can figure anything out. Sometimes the parts tell the story.
Yeah, and just I'm just worried that there's more coming. Now we're talking like I'm worried there's more coming. Balls. Yeah. So keep an eye on the space.
Time continuum.
Yeah, space-time continuum. I don't know what that is, but we will send out. Maybe we should send a call back. It's going to take a long time to get anything out of this system. We might need reinforcements. We're down to just a handful of mechs and basically your tank.
Yeah, well, it counts for a lot.
If the Combine is coming with a full planetary assault, well, we're not going to do much but be a fly on their back.
Yeah.
But you could be crazy.
Could be crazy.
Find the rebel leaders. Figure out what's going on. I got better things to do. Also, it's late. Don't call me anymore.
Yeah. Why would they even be?
Shuts down.
Why would the rebels be working with them too? Is the crazy part. Yeah. So we need to find those rebel leaders.
All right.
So we'll spend some time. Maybe they left a bunch of paperwork when they.
Well, why don't we interrogate the other rebels?
Because it's late and it's already been done.
Okay.
You guys are pretty tired, and they all have been interrogated. The aide tells you that, these are like, average people who basically were, are under the impression that they're liberating Rowe from, unjust governor.
Okay.
And they've got a laundry list of issues, political and, and otherwise, right, issues with the administration that was in power.
Inflation was sky high.
Inflation was so bad. Gas prices very high.
Through the roof.
Stop. It's all too near and dear.
Oh.
So you guys, you can't really find too much more out of these people. So I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up there.
Okay.
And then next time we play, we'll get into scene 3.
Where we murder all.
Where you guys basically, what's that?
Where we murder everybody.
Where you remurder everybody. There might be some more.
They came back to life. We murdered them again.
There might be some more action and combat in the future.
All right.
But basically, what we'll do is we'll pick up there. So your guys are tasked with your unit is tasked with hunting down, finding these rebel leaders. And learning more and really uncovering whether or not this Combine thing is just total myth, legend, and there's something to it.
We just made it up.
Or you just made it up and
Why are they
right
here?
now.
Why are they here?
I don't know.
What are they hiding?
Who knows?
All stuff we'll
I'm
find
gonna
out next
close
time.
the book on that chapter.
All right. Well,
We'll call that the A-Team Arrives chapter.
I love it.
Episode 2, the A-Team Arrives.
Is that?
We're like
I
spray
don't know what
painting
that
the
was.
tank. Yeah, that's the right one. Black and
Yeah.
red.
Spray paint the tank. Oh my gosh! You need to go buy.
I have
the Demolisher.
Oh no, I think I have an A-Team van at home.
Oh no, I don't. Paint a Demolisher black and red.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
guys,
Demolisher.
thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very exciting second installment of our MechWarrior Destiny role-playing game series. Speaking of demolishers, Thom, if you do want to get a demolisher,
where do I go?
You can go to Aries Games and Minis. You can get all your minis, dice, books. We actually Dan needed some elementals the other day, so we went to Aries Games and Minis. We picked up a couple boxes of elementals. They are already in transit. Very exciting.
He has a bunch of A-Team merchandise as well.
There might be A-Team merchandise at Aries Games and Minis, but I can make no promises on that.
I can't either. I don't know.
But it is possible.
He doesn't.
The other thing, subscribe, like, leave a comment, join Patreon.
Join Patreon.
It's
Get
fun.
stuff. Lots of stuff.
Give us $1, make us holla.
Yeah, give us $1. That's the minimum. That's the minimum buy-in. You know what? Every dollar helps.
Yeah.
There's $5 tier where you can actually
$1.
You can actually get the card generator for these fancy schmancy cards. Very cool.
Yes.
So you can load in Megamech files, and it basically craps out these things. You can print them right out. It's awesome. Very cool. So that's a benefit for our $5 tier, along with all the other digital stuff that we produce, including PDFs and things like that.
And the warm feeling of supporting the content of this channel.
$10 tier. What do you get, Thom? Besides my credit report.
What was it? A storage locker, I think.
Like a personalized storage locker at my house.
Yeah, no, at the skating rink. You have a name emblazoned on one of the lockers.
Oh
it doesn't
man,
have a key,
the roller skating rink. Wow.
With the little, with the
That's a good reference. That's a throwback reference, folks. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. We really hope you enjoyed this, and of course, stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a good night.